So again, just another setup. When I'm doing that zip line, guys, and I fall to my strong side, just another detail is I want to make sure that when I get control of this wrist, okay, and I'm looking to force the choke, that this hand doesn't re-grip my hand again. Okay, as Phil did when I was drilling. Okay, so another detail is, instead of grabbing the wrist, you can grab the end of the hand. It's illegal now to just grab a finger and start cranking and be a shithead. But I can grab the hand, and because it's at the end of the lever, it's structurally strong. Okay, so from here, when I'm pinning this to his chest, okay, and I'm trying to force this choke, if Carl tries to re-grab it now, it's going to be very difficult. Whereas if I grab at the wrist, he can maybe get that in again, and then it's a 2-on-1 battle again. Okay, so that was just a detail. Another thing we looked at last week was when we were talking about alignment and attachment, was these face pressures. Okay, so if Carl tucks his chin, okay, and when I get my hand to this far shoulder, I want to be putting on my face pressures, which is my forearm, okay, my shoulder in the back of his head, and my head into his temple. And I'm meeting at an invisible spot in the middle of his neck, so I have this kind of tension. Okay, so if we just, this is another thing that can happen. Okay, this is the RIDDICK setup, or the RIDDICK choke. So again, we fall to our strong side. Let's just say I've got past his hands this time. Okay, and I've got a grip of the shoulder, but he's tucked his chin. Okay, so I need ways of dealing with that. Now, I just don't want to be getting disqualified for face sparring here. Okay, so we want to find a simple way of getting to the choke from here. So again, I'm putting those face pressures on, okay, with my forearm, my shoulder in the back of his head, and my temple into his temple. So I'm making like a triangle, meeting in an invisible point, okay? And then from here, I'm letting go with his wrist, okay? I'm going to grab with the crook of my arm, okay, over the bridge of his nose. And my hand is just going to grab his ear. From here, I'm going to put in that lower body pressure where I'm squeezing my knees together, hooks down, as I drive my hips into cars, creating a little bit of space so I can get my grip on the shoulder again. Okay, and then I can finish with my rear naked. So again, one more time. That's the RIDDICK setup, and we'll go into a little bit more detail on finishing the rear naked. Okay, so again, from here, I fall onto my strong side. Okay, and I managed to get my hand all the way to the far shoulder, but he's tucked his chin. Okay. So from here, I release the wrist, my hand comes over the top, and I bring the crook of my arm across the bridge of his nose. My hand's hugging his head. And I put my lower body pressure on to pull Carl's head up a little bit so I can get my hand to the far shoulder, and I've got my forearm under his chin. Okay? And from here, finishing the rear naked, I never ever want to bring my hand across to grab, because once Carl latches onto this, it's going to end up into a scramble. So I want to make sure from here that my left hand never crosses his shoulders or comes into his peripheral vision. So from here, this hand's coming behind the back. Okay. And I grab my bicep, okay, and my hand is on the back of the head. Some people, palm of the hand grabs the head and they try to push this head down. But again, Carl can reach up with his hand and strip my grip, okay, or reach with his hands and try to pull my hand off my bicep. Okay, to stop that, okay. When I'm here and I've got my grips, my chin, okay, covers my hand that's on my bicep, and my head covers my hand that's behind the back of his head. Okay, and then from here, I'm inhaling and driving down with my lower body pressures to get the choke. Okay, so again, more details on the rear naked. Again, I want to make sure that my bicep is cutting off his right jugular, my forearm is cutting off his left jugular. Okay, when I meet the choke, like so, sometimes I like to grab the gi on this side. I'm just kind of making a box. Alright, and my chin is covering this hand, my head is covering my backhand, so that no stage can he actually remove my grips. And again, it's ramping up the pressure. Okay, Okay, even if Carl gets a defensive grip, like a chin-up grip on my hands here and pulls down, okay, and I'm really using this, and I can't get it, I don't release it, and then go again, and then I release it, and then I go again. Okay, once I get my grips like this, it's a ramping pressure. It's just a constant pressure, because once I start to apply the pressure, already I'm cutting off blood, okay, by blocking off his carotid artery. So that's a constant pressure. I never let it go. I constantly keep that pressure ramping, and it might take a little while because he's got his grips in. I just haven't got the choke perfect, and I keep that constant pressure slowly. You can feel it coming on, and that's it. Okay, so I never want to be like, you know, Carl's gonna think Ray's only got 3 or 4 or more of these big ones in him. Okay, so it's just a constant ramping pressure. So let's drill, guys. The RIDDICK, 5 on, 5 off.